Hello, Aquarius. I hope that you're all doing well. We are here with a general and timeless reading for Aquarius placements. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm definitely seeing something going on with an interpersonal interaction. There may have been something that you were trying to navigate that felt a little bit tricky. Okay, interesting. We have the Ace of Swords and the Three of Swords. Definitely mental activity, even something that you felt at some point like you needed to disengage from, to kind of roll over, to think over. It seems like you realized the truth about something. To have the Ace of Swords and the Three of Swords is something that like hurt you in some way. And Ace of Swords can be like a realization or an understanding about that maybe something that you weren't seeing before, because the Ace of Swords is something that pierces through. So it can be something like you have an interaction with somebody and you walk away like feeling salty towards the person, or being like, why did they treat me like that, and like take it really personally. And then maybe you find something out where you're like, you know what, that wasn't even about me. I think I really took that personally, when how this person's treating me has nothing to do with me. It has to do with how they're feeling, their relationship with them, all of that stuff. So a situation that you felt hurt by, coming to an understanding, for some of you even a conclusion about this. And there's like an opportunity that is piggybacking off of this, but it may not be like a clear or obvious opportunity. This like may actually lead you to something, but it's not obvious immediately. You could also be like, why did my guides put me in this situation also? Like, I really didn't need to experience that. It can be one of those moments too, where it's like, I didn't need to add that to the tally of things that have hurt me, you know, just like something like that. But I'm seeing like an important realization here, so this is definitely valuable, even though it may have been unpleasant to experience. Okay. It seems like it's helping you process something. Could have actually shaken you out of a little bit of a stuck energy. Something about this situation is actually leading you to a more in-depth connection with not only yourself, but it seems like your support system. But I'm seeing like a spiritual support system that's connected with this. Like, you could be realizing more about your beliefs, what makes sense to you. You could be, this could have like led you to some sort of like spiritual experience of yours. Could also be like some sort of segue for you to get involved with something that matters to you. Yeah, something that matters to you. Something that feels important. An opportunity to speak about something that feels important to you, to have a conversation. There's something here about, just like vibe-wise, what I'm getting from this is that like you may have gone through something that you end up like assigning a higher purpose to this experience that you've had, and it actually is connecting you with like other people that are sort of on your wave, but you may be talking about this. Like, you could talk about your healing process, because it doesn't just have to be like, this thing hurt me and that's where I am, I'm just stuck in the pain. This can be like, this thing hurt me, this is how I process through this, I saw this as an opportunity. It actually led me over here. Like, I'm seeing an important, I keep hearing conclusion. Maybe there's something important here that you've concluded, but I'm also seeing that there's an important discussion that you're having, and it's about like a broad life theme. There's like a broader conversation that's happening that is connected with what looks like now healing. Like, initially it looked like just pain, and that may have been at some point what you saw it as, but I'm seeing it actually led to a healing opportunity, and for you to actually connect with higher beliefs and not just do that on your own. I'm seeing there be like a person or people that you're connecting with in that space of like this higher purpose and this higher meaning too. Like, this could have been something that solidified a situation for you as far as your beliefs, your spirituality. Could have gotten you ready to talk about something. Could have also given you content to talk about as well. Like, this experience could actually help you connect with other people. But I'm seeing you talk about it from a higher perspective. Like, there's a sense of deeper purpose to this. Like, for some of you, you could even be teaching something connected with healing, processing pain. Yeah, definitely connects you with another person. This is you having a conversation with somebody that genuinely, like, you have good chemistry with them as far as your air energy. This means like somebody that you get along well with in conversation. I also get this sense too, like having the Ace of Swords come before the Three of Swords, like something could have pained you or bothered you, or something could have been an issue, but before you couldn't put your finger on it and now you can. And so I'm seeing it's kind of like something that may have felt like a dead end is no longer a dead end anymore. Again, seeing an opportunity that's linked to, if you want to move past just being in pain, there's an opportunity after that where there's like healing and growth involved. I'm looking at Taurus and Gemini. So this is an opportunity that is like connecting you with your higher beliefs. I'm seeing the Hierophant here. This can be you getting more organized or more solid with your beliefs, or discovering that more, putting more energy into it, having more conversations. Now, there could be somebody close to you that you're having a conversation with. Things may be ending between you and this person. I'm seeing the Ten of Swords. Like, something could have been realized here. As I said before, there's this moment where like something had not been clear or obvious. It's almost like, it reminds me of that story about the lion that had the thorn in its paw. We're throwing away the rest of the story. I'm seeing it be like the lion with the thorn in its paw, but not realizing where the pain is coming from. And something became very clear about that. But it was something that you weren't aware of before. Not consciously, at least. Like, you were aware of it, but not consciously. Okay. But this may be revealing something bigger to you about a relationship that you weren't seeing before. Ten of Swords is the end of a chapter, but it may be a difficult end of a chapter that we're having. I do get this sense too, like, if something has become clear or obvious that it's ending or ended, this can also be a checking out energy where like mentally something has ended, but it may physically be continuing. Somebody, this can be you, this can be the other person, may be like, I'm not accepting that this is an ending. This can be like being defensive about this. It's like there's part of you that knows that something has come to an end, but another part of you that's fighting it and being like, I'm not going to accept this. Or it could be the other person. Or you could still be like, I'm still trying to fight for this, but Ten of Swords, like something has concluded. You're going to realize this. It feels like one of those moments where you're still trying to like do CPR on this cycle, but you're going to like realize and accept this ending. If this is you that still hasn't accepted this, once you realize you're not going to get that pulse back for this cycle. If you're the one that's already accepted, I'm getting like at least one person is resistant to this, okay? If you are already in a space where you're like, something was going on between us, there was potential there, however, it's come to an end now, and accepting that, I'm seeing you immediately go into a period of waiting, of processing, of transitioning. It doesn't look like you immediately jump into something defined. You go into this like liminal space with the Seven of Pentacles. This could mean that you're kind of like channeling a different sort of energy, manifesting things, setting yourself up to be manifesting things. It can be like brainstorming. You can be trying to get information from your guides and see where you're meant to be going, what you're meant to be doing. As this is happening, I'm seeing there's like overall healing that's happening too. I do definitely get the sense of like you felt a connection with somebody, and I'm definitely seeing like conversation be a theme with this person. You know, we have different relationships where some may be more physical, some are more like conversational, some are more like activity related, like you do fun things, but maybe you don't talk that much with the person or have that many conversations while you're doing those activities. This I'm seeing specifically, you would have talked and connected with whoever this person is on a deeper level, like about bigger things, because we have Taurus here, or values, things that matter to you. You could have felt like this person was similar to you in ways that feel important to you. And also because we have Gemini here too. So this is like the conversations that you would be having. Anyway, this Lover's card can be like untapped potential of there's something going on between us and we haven't discovered that further. We just know that there's a connection between the two of us. But then 10 of Swords can be like almost sort of out of nowhere or unexpectedly, like all of that potential just ends there and it's done. And that may be part of what has hurt about this, because it was kind of like out of all the trajectories of where I thought we were going, I didn't think that this would be it. And this is something that you get stuck on mentally for a minute too. Now, there's like an acceptance here. We start the next row of this spread and you're immediately in the Seven of Pentacles energy. So rather than feeling like you need to stop completely or just rush through this, you like go into this middle space, kind of feeling things out, looking around, seeing what's happening. You may slow down a little bit, but I'm not seeing you completely stop. I'm seeing you sort of be on to the next thing, but not in an aggressive way and not in a way where you're not addressing things. Again, I'm seeing this be a period where there's like healing that's happening, you recognizing certain things that maybe you weren't recognizing before, you feeling certain things, you processing, all of that. There's an assessment and a development of your values relationship-wise. This may be allowing you to evolve as far as what you're looking for in a relationship and like from a partner too. You may also be waiting for some form of justice. For some of you, you could be waiting on something legally too, but that doesn't need to be the case for everybody. It's interesting because I'm not seeing you necessarily like make any moves. It's almost like you're waiting for something to rebalance, that you're like, that thing was going on unchecked, and it's almost like you're waiting for something to be checked. Could be waiting to understand the development of how you feel you should proceed as well. Okay. I'm seeing you get something in order and then you're actually going to be starting something new, something that you feel interested in. I feel like you have actually a pretty quick bounce back. It's being emphasized that this bounce back is not you rebounding and not dealing with things. I'm seeing you dealing with things. I'm also seeing you bounce back at like a quick pace as well. So just emphasizing. Because sometimes when we bounce back, I don't want to say too quickly because there's no right or wrong time, but when we bounce back without processing, we end up needing to revisit stuff because we end up bypassing it, not dealing with it, not addressing it, not being honest with ourselves about our feelings, not realizing certain things. But that's not what that's not this case here. But you may be manifesting a new relationship and one that feels more in alignment with your values. Or at least an opportunity of some sort. It doesn't need to be like going into a relationship immediately. It's just like some sort of partnership or you connecting with somebody that you feel genuinely interested in. And I'm seeing you be like waiting for that opportunity to kind of see what the universe brings you. So you may be like more laid back. You may not actively be seeking this. Not that I'm seeing you be open to it, but you may not have... let's use an example. Let's say before you were like on dating sites and whatnot, after this experience that you had, you may close that down and like not go back on a dating site. But if you like end up meeting somebody or running into them, you would be open to it. It's like that. Looking for someone more reliable. You could also be focusing on the things that matter to you, the things that feel important for you to be present for, too. But yeah, you may be looking for somebody that feels more stable, more grounded. But this could also give you an opportunity to focus on King of Pentacles, job, school, things like that. Education, learning, could be studying about something. Or it could just be like taking more ownership, or there can be something that you're becoming responsible for. It looks like there's a new interest that's popping up for you. I'm seeing that you're going to get to the point of sharing about this. I do also want to emphasize, I'm seeing two masculine figures here. The King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. I'm seeing a message here where somebody's like exposing what it is that they want. It does seem like something had previously ended between you and another person, and I'm actually seeing... You may directly have another conversation with them after the fact. I will say this too. If you felt like it was sort of on the other person why things came to an end, you could have been waiting for them to make things right. This can be like waiting for justice if you felt there had been like an injustice within a situation. And you could have been like focusing on you and the stuff that you wanted to take care of in the meantime. or at least for you to come to terms. There's something really important here about the justice and about waiting, or there being time, something about the timing. And then I'm seeing you be in a bit of a different place. It's almost like you start something new or something catches your interest. And then I'm seeing you have actually a conversation with this person that things had ended with. It's almost like it's become more clear to you what it is that you want. If that had been not realized before. But if you have known what you wanted this whole time, then that would be this other person. Because it would have came to light why things came to an end also. I'm seeing there be like an after discussion. But there's definitely space between these two events. Like, I'm seeing there be an ending, and then there's like this separation, at least energetically, that happens. Somebody makes developments. It seems like also the other person does in their own ways too. And then there's a coming back together. And I'm seeing this be like a heartfelt type of coming back together. Like something earnest. Okay, there's actually a possibility for you to try things again, to take a leap of faith, potentially with this person. The prospects of this look good, actually. This can also be one of those situations where you connect with somebody, you feel like in certain ways, like kind of behind it all, you're compatible with them, but lifestyle wise or behavior wise, something may not be matching up. Things felt very like painstaking as you went through the ending with this person, and they could have been somebody that was still like on your mind. Because again, I do get this vibe of like untapped potential between the two of you. There's definitely a lot of like, I care here. But then things could have ended, and you could have been in a space where you're like, something may come from this, something may never come from this, I don't really know. I'm seeing this waiting period of being patient be very, very important. It's like needing to wait for things to be kosher, because I'm seeing you be in a spot where you're like, if things don't change, I wouldn't set myself up to be in this situation again. But again, this feels very much like I'm seeing the Justice card be very, very, very important. Because if this is not here, that means like there wouldn't be any sort of, I feel like retribution is not the right word, but it's kind of fitting for this scenario. There needed to be something here where somebody made something right that one may have felt was not right before. And this could also mean an aligning of values that had been misaligned before between the two of you. But this is something that takes time. Seven of Pentacles is something that does not happen immediately. It's something that has to sort of unravel to come to fruition. And I'm seeing there be personal development that's made. There may have also been something about pain or somebody hurting another person that you were like, I will not open this back up unless this person takes accountability, and vice versa. But I'm seeing that actually ends up happening. And I'm seeing also that clarity comes with time too, if that is your aim. Like, if I'm seeing the intention be here to seek the truth, and so what was an issue before and the cause of pain becomes an available understanding to you. And through working through that and understanding both differences and similarities within your relationship and growing with this person separately and then reconnecting, I'm seeing it opens up an opportunity. Seeing big emphasis, highlight of Taurus here. And also Gemini. I'm also seeing Libra. So after justice, after the rebalancing of the scales, after things feel like they've been worked out, because justice means, again, if there had been a situation where things were out of balance, misaligned, an imbalance of power, things of that nature, this means that everything is then made right and brought into balance, brought into harmony. And then that fosters an opportunity for you to connect with this person. And I'm seeing the two of you guys have a conversation, and then feelings are shared about you guys together as a unit. And then I'm seeing there's also light that's shed on things coming to an end, and pain, and also desires as well, and something like emotional being stirred up because of that. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.